No.
Woo!
So there we go. Stream's live.
Woohoo!
Shadow Moses. Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Psycho Mantis.
Sean.
Yeah.
Am I able to watch or listen to the second half of this past Friday's Shamora?
Yeah.
Okay, I just need to find it then on.
Yeah, so if you go to the Patreon, and
Yep.
there should be a Jamora like tag on the left hand
Okay.
side. So if you
Okay.
click that, it'll just show you all the posts with that are tagged Jamora.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
because
because I ended up like passing out halfway through.
yeah,
Like the
and I mean,
second
well,
half,
and
so
here's
I
the
want
other
to
thing
make
is like
sure
because
that...
I mean you're freaking cast, so I could
Yeah.
send you the link as well.
Whatever
You know?
works.
But I mean,
better.
but it's up on Patreon, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably take a look tonight after I do some homework.
Yeah,
at work.
it's fairly short.
Yeah.
It's like 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. I just, as I said, like I just ended up passing out like halfway through.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was texting other Sean for a good amount of it.
How dare you?
Y'all were gonna get me killed.
No.
Sure felt like that.
But what'd you guys think of that, like basically having extra characters function like lair actions instead of like having to control like X number of NPCs independently?
I'm actually gonna do well, particularly on big fights.
Yeah.
Just because I want to do more like raid style mechanics. And you can't really do that with a 5e system unless you just make lair actions that happen. Basically, I'm gonna make them happen between everybody's turns.
Yeah, I mean you can totally
Like,
do that. Well, here's the thing: like
not
if
just
if people's
not just at
initiative
the top of
scores
the
are
round,
high
but-
enough, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, whatever.
you could easily
You're
set it to...
you're frozen. You're frozen, and your robot. At least
Me?
on mine. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you're doing it for me too. And now he's gone.
I'm gone? What?
He might have backed out to come back in.
Come done this.
No, I'm still here.
Okay, yeah. Okay, you were just frozen for a minute.
Yeah, I don't know. I never left.
Now there. You go.
And you guys didn't
Yeah.
do anything.
Just a hiccup, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm thinking of using more lair action. It's not gonna be the same thing, but that style of like, if I want whatever a cross AOE to happen in the room,
Yeah.
it's like a made up just a room effect essentially.
Well, I mean,
then
that's the other thing,
do
right?
lair
Is
action
that
style too.
you could just have it be a hazard that
there's
essentially
gonna
acts
be-
on its own initiative.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's more the type of thing I'm probably going to go for. Just
Yeah.
because to do like stuff where, there's a cross-shaped AoE and you guys got to move out of it. Like, it'll be telegraphed.
Oh, yeah.
You'll have a short amount of time to move. But, like, even if it's on a set initiative, it's kind of hard to do that. So, yeah, we'll find out this Saturday because I'm style stuff.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked having like just NPCs in general going like that.
It's also easy for the DM
Yeah, it
to
is.
manage.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, this is a little bit of
Also,
a...
Best part of May's cloak is she's got potions.
little bit of a spoiler alert for those that haven't seen, excuse me, the latest episode of Dice Camera Action as of yesterday. But basically, like just about every NPC that they've met over the past like 2 seasons showed up.
Really?
for a giant Zentarum Civil War fight in Waterdeep. So it's like
Wow.
NPCs regarding the Ring of Winter showed up. You've got Manshun there. You've got other Zents there. The City Watch showed up. You have NPCs that they met after they got back from Chult that are from Chult. Durnan was there because it was at the Yawning Portal.
Yeah.
I'm legitimately surprised that they didn't just and they just kept bringing people in. Chris was like, every round, like another group showed up, and everybody was like, okay, what's the over under that Ack Inc. like just randomly pops in like in one window, and then like Magnus Burnside shows up, and then like what if Binwin is suddenly reanimated and he shows up, and everybody like that's what it was like 3 rounds in a row. There were just more groups of NPCs.
Interesting.
It was it was glorious. I was like, It would have been like if you guys did like a raid now, and it was like, okay, so first round, like, so you guys are all fighting and everything, and then like the Night Watchers show up, and then like a band of undead show up, and then like a band of witches show up, and then like Sevelios' crew shows up, and then like the town guard from Deepwater shows up, and then like those pirates that you guys fought in session 1 showed up. And then it's just a giant free-for-all. I think the phrase, I think Anna made the phrase like Chris was like, oh, so what's this battle royale thing that the kids are talking about? That sounds cool. I'll do that.
Well, I mean, they've done those types of things on Critical Role before.
Yeah, but it was like that nobody knew a lot of these people were gonna show up, and like most of the ones were just NPCs that showed up, so it wasn't like. But they also had 3 guests.
Wow.
So that show normally has 4 people. So it's a big deal when you nearly double the size of your cast for an episode. Sorry, I'm just publishing that we're going live right now.
Whew.
And I apologize to any people watching and to you guys that I sound horrid.
No apologies. Own it. Brace it.
But yeah.
I am my sickness.
Embrace the sickness.
You could say
sickness.
Yeah.
I was gonna make that joke because I saw a comic. It was one of those comics that like somebody made and then people have like redone the text and everything. It was the one with like
the Shaggy meme.
That's my favorite thing right now, by the way. And also that Matthew Lillard is totally in on it as well.
My favorite one is somebody did that and then took a quote when Matthew Lillard played Bag of Nails. Let me see if I can find it. It was on Reddit. But it was something like on how like he can't die. Where is it? It's in the Dice Camera Action subreddit. So it's it's the Shaggy meme, but then I said today is a good day to die. But then I felt a great power well up within me. Turns out I can't die.
I just like the one that's it's Freddie Prinze Jr. and he's like, I'll never forget the day Shaggy came on set and said he killed God.
Well, of course.
I don't know where the meme. I don't know where or how this meme started.
That
but
is
I'm in
on
love
brand
with it.
for Josh.
Exactly. That's why I was super. Get in the Ava, Shinji. Basically.
So, all right. Well, let's see. The only problem is that I can't. Ooh, we got a follow. Thanks for the follow. Snappy Axis.
You the best. You the best.
There we go. Although no viewers, so that's weird. But anyway. So, hello, Snappy Axis. Why don't we get started?
Yeah.
So that way, my sick butt can rest. And
well, you've got a sick butt? That sounds like a serious medical
well,
issue.
if that guy that was giving me and Courtney crap on Facebook was to be believed, every time I talk, farts come out of my mouth.
What guy?
It was some random guy. I don't know.
Hey,
he said that we should talk about anime.
Is this that guy a long time ago?
That was like, you should research what nerds like.
Yeah.
What is that
even telling me? Okay, so this wasn't
like,
recent. This is from
No, that guy was a long time ago.
Yeah. And then basically I asked him to elaborate and he got defensive.
Oh, you want to talk about anime? I'll do a whole podcast on my thesis of Evangelion and Xenogears, comparing and contrasting the two.
Oh God.
Sure.
Oh God.
I don't know. But anyway, yeah, he said that he curses the male host that farts come out of his mouth whenever he talks.
What?
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
That
it was
a
great.
thing. That was lovely.
This guy sounds pretty rad.
Yeah, no, he's
Yeah.
like the only person to ever get blocked on
A1.
Facebook.
A1.
So, all right. So this show is going to go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming up on episode 129, Piranha Plant springs into action. No more Wii Shop purchases, Resident Evil 2 Remastered, and much, much more on the 8-Bit Adventures podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the 8-Bit Adventures podcast. We are back bringing you the latest and greatest geeky news of the week. I am your host, sort of low-key cosplaying Plague Knight, Sean Hayes. And my wonderful co-hosts, as always, Courtney Bolin.
Hey, everybody.
And Josh York.
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
Hump day!
Also, hey, why didn't you say what I wrote in the notes for Resident Evil 2? That's how you should have announced it.
Because hashtag Josh lies.
Yes. Yes, it lives.
Yeah. Joey's legacy lives on. So yes, we are back. We are braving Polar Vortex 2019 to bring you this news. So why don't we get right into it? Because I'm sick.
Let's do it.
So, we got a brief announcement on YouTube from Nintendo regarding Metroid Prime 4. Basically saying that, and I don't know who was currently developing it, but Nintendo said, we're not happy with it. We're starting over. And we ran into trouble, so we're going to call the OGs in to help us.
This is what happened with Final Fantasy 15, basically, and that's why it took a decade.
Yeah. I mean, if I recall, it's happened a couple times with Nintendo games, I think. I think it happened with Ocarina of Time once or twice.
I get... Okay, if you want to push a game back to improve the quality of it, great. Awesome. I'm all for that. They did that with, I think, both Witcher 2 and Witcher 3, as a matter of fact. To start from scratch, it's pushing it a little bit, I think. At least in my opinion. I don't know. Unless it was like real bad, but...
I mean, it was just announced 2 years ago at E3.
That's still, a development cycle, I don't know, how long is the development cycle these days? 3, 4 years? 5 years? If you're Square Enix, 10 years at least.
Breath of the Wild was basically a whole console cycle.
No, they had Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword was end of the Wii?
Yeah, but are you counting the Wii U as a console cycle?
For Nintendo, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was 5 years.
It was a terrible 5 years.
It was 5 years.
God, man, I'm just misremembering, I guess. It felt like it was like 2 years of Wii U, and they're like, oh, let's do something else.
No, it was 5.
Wow.
Since I got it at launch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, so for me, this is just good news. I was always confused as to why Retro wasn't working on it in the first place. And
Man,
it goes to show that like they're willing to, like, if nothing was working and they weren't happy with it and they couldn't figure out a way to make it work, that they were willing to just say, we need to start over and do it right. And bring Retro in to help us, or at the very least, to do it themselves.
Basically, they knew when to ask for help.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to start from scratch, like to not reuse the assets you've created, or...
Well, here's the thing. Like, if Retro's going to do it, presumably that means then that Retro has the assets to do whatever they're going to do. since Retro made the previous 3.
I also think Nintendo needs to get it together with Metroid, because I feel like that's a flagship, or at least was a flagship IP.
It's in a weird spot.
Not in a long time anyway, but it used to be.
It's in a weird spot. And I think basically Retro's pretty much been the only one to do really good stuff with it.
What was the last one that came out? Wasn't it like a 3DS game?
Yes. And it was a re-release of Metroid 2.
Oh, it was like a remake of Metroid 2,
yeah.
Right?
And that one I actually hear is pretty good.
I heard mixed reviews on it, but I think that's just people being snooty.
Probably.
It's people being people.
There was also Federation Force, which is like universally reviled because it wasn't because it wasn't an actual like Metroid game where you played as a little space marine guy, a chibi space marine guy.
Metroid, with a lot of, I feel like my opinion on a lot of Nintendo games is I like the aesthetic of Metroid. I like the idea. I just don't like the gameplay. I hate going back and redoing, which is weird because I really like Resident Evil 2, which I'll talk about.
Yeah,
that's the whole game is going back and forth. But it's on a way smaller and easier scale. But like play Super Metroid or Metroid 1. Like I cannot stand that. There's so much going back. It's confusing.
I did play through Super Metroid.
Recently?
Ish. It was a couple years ago, but it was my first time playing it. That wasn't a rental where I couldn't actually get into the level. So the last time I played it was on Super Nintendo, and I was like 12 maybe, and I couldn't figure out how to get like actually into the game. It was just running around where Samus's ship was, and I'm like, I can't figure out where to go.
Don't you have to go down a lift or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually I figured it out, and I was like, wow, that was really dumb. I'm really dumb. I was a dumb kid.
I'd say about 5-6 years ago, I tried playing the original Metroid because I was on a kick of playing a lot of NES games, and it was okay for the first couple evenings I played it, and I was like, I don't like backtracking.
I just can't do this.
It's not that I can't. It's just that I don't feel, even though you are progressing, I don't feel like I'm progressing when I have to go back to, whatever. Oh, I have the new missile now, so I can go back and open these doors, or I've got the new ability, I can go to this place now, or whatever.
Yeah. See, I do dig that.
Sometimes, if as long as your game isn't really predicated on it, and the only reason I can stand it in RE2 is just because it's like you're in a pretty small building, and it's not like you're not going far distances or anything. Yeah. It's only a 20-second run back and forth across the building.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I always feel like this would be like if for whatever reason, Nintendo was able to get the original team at Rare to redo Donkey Kong Country.
I mean, all that being said, I hope they do get the Metroid out for the people who really like it, because I think that's just a win for Nintendo and a win for the Metroid people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This also brings up the question, what has Retro been working on for the past 2 years?
I don't even know. What have they made? What have they done before?
So Retro did the previous 3 Metroid Prime games.
Oh, okay.
They also did Donkey Kong Country Returns and Donkey Kong Country Returns Tropical... Donkey Kong Country Returns Tropical Freeze, or whatever it's called.
And everybody likes those 2 Donkey Kong games, right?
They're really good.
I think I've heard everybody
really popular.
Yeah, I think it was 2 actually managed to get David Wise back to do the music.
Cool.
He did the music for the original series. So, yeah. I really like them. Music's great. The gameplay's great. But yeah. Everybody's hoping that Retro was working on a 3rd installment, and then the Kremlings came back. But no word on that. So.
Well, I guess we'll find out someday soon.
E3 probably.
Probably.
So.
Which means you have to wait till April?
I think May.
May. Yeah.
May, yeah.
Late spring, early summer, something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, obviously this means there's no release date. Everybody was hoping that like we would get one soon, but with this announcement, no, there's
your Metroid fix, you're gonna have to just play Super Smash.
pretty much.
That's
Or
about
unfortunately,
it.
Samus is like considered a trash tier character.
What about Zero Suit? I like Zero Suit better than regular
She is
Samus.
considered much better than regular Samus.
Yeah, I just like the speed that Zero Suit has
Yeah.
as opposed to regular.
Next up, as of tomorrow, you can no longer buy anything on the Wii Shop channel.
Yeah.
What's the Wii Shop channel?
It's essentially the eShop.
It's
On the
yeah,
Wii.
but in the Wii.
Oh, okay. It just
So it's so
sounds
they're
weird.
discontinuing the eShop.
Yep.
And
Are they still? Do they still have it on Wii U?
for right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. For now, you can still. Yeah. This is specifically for the Wii. So, you will still be able to re-download stuff that you already purchased. But at some point this year, they're going to shut the channel down entirely.
Shut it down.
Yep.
I mean,
I
the
mean,
Wii's super old.
That's what I've heard that Sony's going to be doing with the PS3 stuff is they're going to be stopping support for it.
Yeah.
Considering PS5 is probably going to come out in 2020. Yeah.
Yep. So, and I think something's going on with Xbox 360s too.
Xbox.
Probably.
But I'm not sure because they're making so many more. The Xbox One is like they've taken so many more titles for the 360 and keep adding them.
Yeah, did
to
they
be
just
able
make a
to
bunch
play
of stuff backwards compatible?
Oh
That's sweet.
yeah. Like the Black Ops, like Black Ops 1 and 2. They have made
I
that.
wonder if they made Lost Odyssey backwards compatible, I might get a.
I don't know. Check online. Cause they've done like they keep making all those 360 games with the updates available to make them play on your one. So I'm not sure what Microsoft's doing, but we're getting to that phase where, or that phase again, where game systems are going to start stopping support. So
Yep. As of today, you can get Piranha Plant in Smash Brothers if you had purchased the game and registered it. I managed to get Piranha Plant, but I haven't played it yet. So I've heard it's very quirky, and it's to use like MOBA terms, it's almost like a zone defense,
interesting.
like zone control kind of a character, which is weird for Smash, but
Well, I'd rather play a Tryndamere, than
but
Courtney gets it.
I get it.
Is that a
I
league
get
thing?
It
yes,
is a
it's a
league
league thing.
You
I haven't played
silly
League in like
persons, you.
7 years, so
God, yeah, it's been too long.
I'm awful at
With
League.
your K-pop music videos and your Ghost Crawler.
No, excuse you. I have my own Pandora playlist that's filled with like Italia Brothers and other stuff along that line.
You can't
you just
even
gotta
let
blast-
me make a joke.
Blast EDM and play LOL.
Yep.
But so Piranha Plant.
All I've been seeing on like Reddit Gaming is pictures of Kirby with the Piranha Plant costume when they take it power. And everyone's like, "It's the cutest thing ever!"
Yep.
And it is kind of cute.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited. I always thought it was weird and quirky and like perfect for Smash, because that's what you want, right? Like that's what makes, like, if you're gonna have a game like Smash where you have all different weird stuff that sets it apart from like traditional fighting games, why not push it in that direction? Which is like one of my favorite things about Heroes, is that it has weird stuff that the other MOBAs don't do, or at least didn't do until that started to catch on.
I don't know that League or Dota has an Abathur type character.
I mean, it has Abathur, Lost Vikings, Cho'Gall.
Well, there's
Just
League
weird.
and Dota both have micro characters where you have to micro either a pet or something.
Oh yeah, you've got Nunu, you've got even got a few others. Lulu can do some stuff with her butterflies. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, there's some micromanaging, but it's not usually as big. Like Annie has Tibbers.
Yeah, but not like I'm Lost Vikings. I play all 3 lanes at once.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Which I don't know how anybody does that, by the way.
I don't either.
How do you? I don't know. How do you keep track?
Or I'm basically going to play an RTS game while everybody else is playing a MOBA, aka Abathur.
I'll stick to my more traditional.
Yeah, I enjoy Abathur.
I've played him a few times. It's all right. I don't know. I have to have the right daily quests to make me pick that, and I have to be close to leveling him.
Yeah,
just that's how I pick characters now. Whoever's I'm closest to leveling is usually who I pick.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll be excited for our next Smash night.
Yes.
So I'll have Piranha Plant available. And I think it just auto unlocked it, so that way I don't have to like wait for him to come up in the rotation and then defeat him.
I didn't put it in notes, but real quick, Dragon Ball FighterZ announced their season 2.
Yeah.
It's coming out this year, and they announced 3 or 4 new fighters.
Nice.
One is Jiren, if you're familiar. He's like the main antagonist at the end of Dragon Ball Super.
Okay.
He's like a big, jacked, purple alien-looking dude.
Yeah.
The other one is Videl, who is Gohan's girlfriend / wife. If you're familiar with the Buu saga and Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Also, her whole thing is somebody's echoing.
You.
Is it? It can't because I got a headset.
Oh.
Sean?
Jeez.
Sean?
Of course. That would make a lot more sense. God. I should be wearing a headset. Oh no, this is probably going to mess everything up. You know what? Here, I'll make sure to... So nobody say anything for like 2 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, try to say something.
Okay. Hello.
All right, yeah, we're good. We're good.
There we go. Quality podcasting right there.
There you go. It happens. So, yeah, Videl's whole deal is she has another person. It's the Great Saiyaman is with her. So all her moves have Gohan dressed as the Great Saiyaman, like assisting her.
Oh, that's fantastic. Is Great Saiyaman an independent character from that?
No, it's part of her.
Okay, thing. Well that's cool then.
Which is cool because if Ginyu in that game, all his moves summon different members of the Ginyu Force to do stuff for him.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's a nifty little thing. So I'm assuming it'll be similar. And then they teased a new version of Broly and like Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta or something. Whatever. I don't care about another version of Goku or Vegeta. I want different characters.
It was I can't remember if it was GameCube. I think we had a Dragon Ball fighting game.
Probably like Budokai or something.
Yeah, it was Budokai.
One of them.
And Great Saiyaman, 100%.
Yeah, I want Mr. Satan. I want Hercule.
Oh yeah,
Really
that was another great one. Yeah, just like trolley characters.
Megaton Punch.
Yeah. What was great was like they couldn't fly, so they were just at a disadvantage from everybody else in the game.
Well, that's like when I saw Videl, I'm like, how can you have Videl in a game with like Super Saiyan God Goku and Jiren and like
Super Saiyan God Goku?
Yeah, exactly.
Guns.
Well,
maybe right.
The storyline in the game is this person came and made everybody the same power level. Like that was like the evil thing they did. They stole everybody's power and like basically made everything equivalent.
Oh, Bowser Revolution! It's Bowser. Oh, it would be great if if it came out on Switch. If they made a special version where it was just Bowser showed up and Bowser revolutioned everybody.
I was gonna say, I think Dragon Ball FighterZ either is or is going to the Switch.
Yeah, it's one of the two.
I think it might already be out.
It is on the Switch already.
Yeah, it might be on the Switch.
Yeah.
But that would have been great, is if they redid the story and just had like Bowser show up. and just did his little dice roll for Mario Party. Just like Bowser Revolution.
Guess what? That means Goku can be in Smash now.
Yeah, everybody was petitioning for Goku, but it's probably not going to happen. Yeah.
Probably not.
What's that gif where he's just like, yeah.
But just talking about just a quick. There's a couple Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
interesting.
That's cool. All right. So, Josh, what's up with this Final Fantasy mods? Putting
Oh yeah, real
notes.
quick. This either a week or a couple weeks ago. So this has always been a thing since there's been PC versions of Final Fantasy, particularly when they all came in on Steam a few years back. Modders really went in and upped the graphical fidelity on a lot of things, particularly textures on NPCs and character models, and a lot of the pre-rendered backgrounds. And some of them are pretty good. But like for example, last time I played Final Fantasy VIII with the mods, the backgrounds are definitely improved. They're not as pixely, but they almost have like this blurred, almost like Photoshop blur tool quality on the edges. They're not quite
Interesting.
sharp.
Yeah.
So a lot of the pixels are smoothed out, but it's not like very sharp looking.
Yeah.
But recently this guy used an AI technique to get all the backgrounds in Final Fantasy VII rendered in 4K.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
What?
it still looks like PlayStation 1 era as far as like the style, but they're not pixelated at all. They're super sharp. Like you can see the shapes of everything. It looks really, really amazing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are, well, particularly the Final Fantasy people are like, oh, we can do this on all those old Final Fantasy games now. But it also has a lot of implications for other stuff, being able to teach AI. So basically what it does is the AI basically figures out how the original render would have looked before it was compressed and pixelated and all that stuff to fit on a PS1 game.
Yeah.
And the resolution was lowered. And it just basically returns it to what should have been its original state. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do, like taking an actual photograph of like a land, like whatever, and making it a background in a game, like
Oh, cool.
people were talking about that, but I just thought it was a cool thing that
Nice.
rather than AI taking over the world, it's just making us updated graphics on old video games.
I know there's
Dude,
also
AI is doing so much. Like,
yeah, there's actually a website where if you upload like line art, and I don't know if it's you send in a sample or something like that, or like color swatches or whatever. It's basically an AI program that will color your artwork for you, and the results are pretty good actually. So
Wow.
it's something that I was going to test out with some of the comics. That way, I don't have to color 85 more comics. That I can just
People
run through.
people were asking about like SNES era stuff, but apparently this particular version of AI doesn't do very good with actual pixel graphics. Because like Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9 were all like 3D rendered backgrounds. They weren't pixel art. But I think it's nifty. I want to play all those old Final Fantasies again, and I just want to. I'm waiting a little bit for the mods to get really, really good, because I have gotten to the point where I kind of can't stand to look at those old games in their original state anymore.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Yeah, PS1 and 64 era. It's yeah.
But it's cool because it still keeps kind of its charm, but just with everything in sharp, nice 4K resolution.
Cool. All right. So Resident Evil 2 Remastered.
Yeah.
Better than Kingdom Hearts 3.
Why do you say that?
Because it's a fact.
What? No. I will not take it unless you give me some evidence.
I know what
I heard better.
I heard the dumb the new Kingdom Hearts 3 song, whatever. Like every Kingdom Hearts has like a song that goes with it. It was on the radio today on the EDM station on my Sirius radio, because like I guess Skrillex made it or some dumb crap. But anyways, I don't know. I'm just annoyed at Kingdom Hearts and over it, and
but you got so in these last 13 years, you got salty instead of like wanting it to come out.
I got salty when here's my problem with Kingdom Hearts. Is all the in between games or side games are actually critical to understanding what the heck is going on in 3.
I'll give you that.
Like you can't just play 1 and 2 and be like,
No, you have to do 1.5, 2.5.
yeah,
Like the
final
remix.
and
And
Dewdrop.
maybe even those DS games,
Yeah.
like the
358 over 2. Why is
Yeah.
there fractions in my video game title?
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know. And it just doesn't appeal to me. I don't know anymore. It just seems, I don't know. I don't know what it is. And it's just troll. I'm just being trolly to the Kingdom Hearts people. That's all.
Yeah.
Just for funsies. I don't care if you like it. You like a game. You like a game. You like whatever the heck you want. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it actually seems all right. It actually looks really nice graphically. I'll give it that. It looks really nice,
Yeah,
and
it's gorgeous.
I'm sure the combat is probably fun. I'm
Mhm.
betting the combat is fun to play. It just the story doesn't appeal to me, and I don't think I can bring myself to play it.
Yeah.
Try to follow through that. But Resident Evil 2. It is Resident Evil 2 for PlayStation 1 remade on the PS4.
Yep.
Completely rebuilt from the ground up with completely redone graphics, completely
awesome.
redone like everything.
I haven't played it that much. I've maybe played a couple hours, not even.
I watched one of the podcasters that I follow was playing it on stream. And it looks like they actually changed some things.
They did. Yeah. They moved some stuff around, they added some stuff. So I don't think this was in the original 2, but you can get like these boards and board up windows to stop zombies from crawling in. I don't remember that in the original 2. It's been so long since I played 2. They might have moved items around the different rooms, and I wouldn't know the difference. It's like almost playing it for the first time again for me because it's been so long. Like I'm not the type of person like my youngest brother who will like speed run it and knows where every key is and the optimal path to go through. For me, it's just like I'm taking my time.
Was he able to
every room?
Unlock what was it, Hunk's Revenge?
Hunk, yeah. Oh yeah.
Or whatever it was.
I remember that. Yeah, Hunk's like survival or whatever, which is basically just the game reversed, pretty much. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. This game makes me feel not fear, but tension. Like I have to, like, okay, what can I fit in my? What items can I carry on me because I have a limited amount of space?
Well, I
have conserving ammo. Like you can't just go willy nilly and shoot zombies because you'll run out of ammo. Knives break.
Knives break.
Yeah, that's something they added.
What?
It's like
stupid
Breath of the Wild. It's like stupid Breath of the Wild. So you can use like a knife 3 times before it breaks on you.
Oh no.
Well, I know why, because they didn't want you to Resident Evil 4 it and just cheese your way through with knives without having to use a gun. Because I tried to first, I'm like, oh, I got a knife. I'll just L1 every time, and that's how I'll save ammo. And very quickly, I'm like, oh, that won't work.
No, it won't. They wanted to make it a little more realistic.
They should make it a high risk, high reward.
Knives don't break.
Not after 3 times.
Dude,
not like that.
Break. Not after only 3 times.
Not when you cut flesh.
Knives break, dude.
Oh my god, I've had the same buck knife since I was 15 and it's never broke.
That's different though.
But it's a knife.
If you're using it to defend yourself, it's gonna get a little different.
I'm gonna respectfully disagree due to my experience using many blades.
Depends on the blade. Maybe the only ones that you're finding in game are cruddy blades.
They might be cheapo.
Yeah. I mean, because
I have bought blades that I broke a
Yeah, if they're cruddy blades.
I broke a Bowie knife one time in the woods just chopping up a limb.
Yeah, so if they're cruddy blades in game,
it was the cheapest stupid knife I ever bought. It was like $10. It was crap.
Yeah, so
I just bought it because it was a big Bowie knife and I thought it was rad. And it was so cheap. But like my good quality knives, I would never expect to break.
Oh yeah, no, a quality knife isn't gonna break on you. But if it's
my hunting knife.
No, if it's a cheapo knife though, which might be what you're just finding in game or what they might have just programmed it to be.
It's just game design. It's just game design to keep you from cheesing your way through the game. I don't think it's supposed to be realistic.
Yeah.
It's also a game where you're killing zombies and there's monsters and stuff. So realism,
Yeah.
I don't think is the goal.
Giant alligator.
Exactly. Oh my god.
I can't wait.
I know I haven't got to that
And the
yet.
blob.
Like I said, I'm taking my time, just kind of
Yeah.
make my way through the police building, and I'm just enjoying it. Really, like
Yeah.
I've sat down and played it twice so far since I got it on Friday.
Yeah.
And like 2 2-hour sessions, and when I have time, I'll just luckily it's a game I can do that,
Yeah.
which is nice. I can just. It's not like RPGs where I feel like I have to dedicate a few hours to actually progress anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're just moving through one building, basically. I mean, until the game gets a little further, but
Yeah.
you're just moving through a police building, and yeah, there is a lot of back and forth. But like I said, it's maybe a couple, I don't know, to run across the building isn't that far. It's fast. It doesn't feel like I said, Metroid, where I feel like I'm taking 10 minutes to run back to a place earlier in the game to use my new missiles or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like it a lot, and I'm pretty sure it sold very, very well.
Oh, I'd imagine it sold very
Yeah,
well.
it has sold very well so far.
I would expect to see the other Resident Evils, probably 3 remade for sure. I don't know if they'll do 1 because there's a pretty good remake of 1 on the GameCube, I think. That's well regarded.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised.
I know 4's getting
C3
remastered.
or Veronica. 4 is nice because I think you can just remaster it. I mean,
yeah,
that was made late enough where.
Yep.
I mean, that's where they basically changed it. And then you get into 5 and 6 where people are, those aren't good games. Chris Redfield punches a boulder. In Resident Evil 5.
Wait, really?
It's good meme fuel, but
yeah,
it's a little.
Yeah. Also related.
Went from like fun zombie game to like weird action game.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess 5 and 6, from what I understand, went more in the action route, and then with 7 they brought it back to the oh crap. I'm in a house and everything's out to get me.
Yeah. I really liked 7. I got that when it came out a couple years ago, and they also your first person view in 7, which is different.
Yeah,
dude,
usually
7
over the shoulder
in
or
VR.
fixed camera in the old ones. It was all fixed camera angles, but this is over the shoulder, and it's good.
Yeah,
but yeah.
7 in VR though is intense.
I bet.
Like there have been I've read a few reviews about it and actually watched. I've watched some videos of gameplay, but I can't do the whole VR.
Yeah.
But it is, oh my gosh, so creepy. So creepy.
It's I have to make sure that with 7 and now with 2 that I can't watch them. I can't watch streams late at night of those. And I have to make sure that the person that's running the stream is funny, because that their comedic humor will kind of break the tension of it. Or there could be something really scary happening on screen, but if they're really funny about it, then I can handle it.
So what you need is the Steve Irwin style of somebody doing a horror show, going through and doing
not necessarily, because
no, not necessarily. It's I want videos like that.
You don't want to vicariously feel the tension.
No, and I was feeling it the other day when I was watching a Resident Evil 2 stream, and I was just like, nope, I got to turn it off, because it was just going down. It was just still in the police building, and it was with the flashlight.
Yeah. But that's the other thing.
And they didn't kill all the zombies, so there's still zombies in the hallway, and then they are just going into rooms and everything.
They can
I'm
keep
just
coming
oh my
in
God.
Because you can't board up all the windows, so they can come in. If you have to retread back to certain hallways, and there could be zombies there, even if you felt like.
And I'm just I can't. Nope, I can't do this.
Zombies just noped right out of that.
Zombies take so many bullets to kill.
Oh yeah.
So it's not efficient to kill them. You just knock them down and run by, or you just run by.
Yeah.
So you
just run.
Yep.
You shouldn't waste your ammo because you don't get a lot of it. Yeah, that's the other cool thing I forgot to mention. This game is really dark. Not dark, yes, story-wise, but
atmospherically.
Physically dark too.
Yeah.
The game is physically dark because the old one it was dark, but like your character has a flashlight in this, so you can only see like where the flashlight is pointing.
Yeah.
In certain points, so that again adds to the tension when you're about to walk down a horror and you're like trying to pie cut
like,
the corner to see.
Noping right out of
Yep,
that.
nope.
Today I was playing before the podcast, and I'm like, man, I've gotten through a lot of this building. I haven't encountered the liquor yet. I remember encountering the liquor really early in Resident Evil 2, like in one of the early hallways. And then I finally got to one, and it surprised me, and I did jump a little, like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that there, because I didn't see it. It was up on the ceiling, and it was in a super dark hall, and I just didn't see it. But you can sneak by them if you're quiet. They can't see you, so if you just barely push the analog stick forward, you can walk by them. But it's pretty tense because you're like, less than a foot away from it, and it makes all these jerky movements. And every time I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna attack me. But you gotta believe in the heart of the cards.
and then when you don't, it activates this trap card and then eats your face.
Yes.
Well, yeah, and I was on the lowest possible health I could be at the time.
Oh no!
Because my aim was really crappy, and the zombie bit me twice before I got to it. So I was like, and I was in a part where I couldn't backtrack to get back to my herbs that were in the box.
Yeah.
And I wanted to progress forward, so I was like in this weird spot. I'm like, I gotta just keep going forward. And I'm like, the first time it got me, I was like, I wasn't expecting that. And I'm like, I'll get it this time. I'll just blast it with my shotgun. And it would I didn't activate the script to make it targetable.
Oh no!
Because I had to reach a certain point in the hallway for it to become active, I guess. And I was trying to hit it before it noticed me, and it's like I have to, whatever.
Yeah.
But then I eventually just got to the point where okay, I'm just gonna walk very slowly past it, and it all worked out. But but there's that's a very tense. This is one of the few games that actually makes me feel something emotionally.
Wow. The robot feels something?
Well,
video game?
No, because there's some games that actually make me feel emotions, but I play a lot of online competitive games. Those games make me feel rage, but not because of the game or story, just because of my competitiveness and things like that. Or MMOs where it's just I don't feel anything because I'm just trying to do the raid, or I'm just trying to do the mechanics. I don't have time to feel anything because I'm literally in I am robot mode. I have to do the right things, hit the buttons at the right times. It's I said, not necessarily fears. I just feel tension and I got to do this right, or something could totally mess this up for me at any second if I'm not careful and if I'm not on top of things.
Well,
it's
funny.
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice made me feel a lot of things when I played that last year, and so did God of War.
I was gonna say, what gives me a similar feeling is Monster Hunter.
Yeah,
the new one specifically.
I bet.
Like Generations Ultimate.
Yeah?
No, because that one I'm I'm a boss. I'm gonna run in on a mission and just bam bam. Monster Hunter World, especially with expeditions and stuff where you don't know what's gonna show up, and then all of a sudden big giant brute wyvern. Oof. Or where I played through the story a little bit more, so I unlocked a couple more areas. So I go to the desert area, which is kind of a wasteland sort of a thing or whatever, and it's my favorite. You have to do an escort quest where there's a cart and you have to escort a cart.
Escort quest.
Did you just say favorite and escort quest in the same sentence?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Sorry, I must be too sick to accurately portray the intense level of sarcasm that I would normally describe.
Okay, yeah. I'm do we need to call somebody?
No, apparently my sarcasm isn't functioning correctly.
Your sarcasm speaker is out right
with
now.
my congestion, but so you're doing this escort quest, and it's you find this little monster, and you're okay, well, we'll go chase this one off, kind of a thing, and then all of a sudden one of the bigger monsters comes by, and you're oh crap, you got to fight that one off, and then while that one's kind of running away, there's this big sand pit area, and all of a sudden the biggest one which is renowned for being like a very difficult monster in Monster Hunter, comes like roaring out of the sand and like jumps and grabs that one and like throws it to the side and everything. So like number one is you're getting kind of that moment that you got in like Star Wars Episode 1 where it was like bigger and bigger things just eating each other.
Yeah.
But it's also now like, oh, I have to run away now and hide or I'm going to die. That happens a lot. And like there'll be times when I need to get to an area and there's a big brute wyvern in that area and I'm like, I'm not ready to tackle it yet. I'm gonna sit here and sneak by and hope it doesn't notice me as I pick mushrooms. So yeah. But yeah, lots of tense moments in Monster Hunter.
So you're enjoying Monster Hunter World?
I am. I've put I think roughly something like 22 hours in.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you only just got it, right?
Yeah. I got it last week. It was a lot of weekend
good.
gaming.
Yeah.
So
Well, you waited long enough to get it.
well, it would not have run on the previous computer, so it just wouldn't. So there was that. But and then it was a matter of just waiting for it to go back on sale. So
Right.
But yeah, so cool things. I could play with a Switch controller, and I got the control scheme worked up. So pro tip to anybody that has this game and has a Switch controller, just swap the X and Y buttons and the A and B buttons, and then you're good to go. So I have been exclusively playing with the bow. Just recently picked up the light bow gun. Those are both really cool. The light bow gun has a special ability where you throw a bomb on the ground, and then every time you shoot the bomb, it explodes. So what you do is you try and like knock the monster down, and then like shoot a bomb, and then just like you get extra explosion damage on everything. So, and yeah, and the bow has combo attacks because that's what bows do.
Why not?
Yes.
And just for reference, we're talking like a bow and arrow, not like bow staff.
Yes.
Yeah, the bow and arrow has combo attacks. So, but yeah.
The staff.
Yeah, no, staffs in Monster Hunter are insect glaives, so you have a beetle that goes with you. It's weird.
What?
Yeah. It's weird. So
Monster Hunter, you crazy.
Crazy. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. And mad props to my friend Jenny, who was helping me play through the story, and answering a lot of my questions about things that are different in the game that I don't know how to do anymore, apparently. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. I gotta play it more, definitely. So yeah. So that kind of wraps up our general news for the week. So why don't we talk about all new stuff coming up for 8-Bit Adventures? All right. So we got a comic this week. Why don't we talk about that before we get into some special announcements of stuff? So, Courtney.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about the comic that I put up this week?
Yeah, it was a turn. It definitely took a turn. So last week's we saw the Pineapple Ninja just kind of standing over our party of adventurers. And then this week we see that he's actually, because last week it seemed like it was looking for a way out, and now this one it changes the entire tune of it because it's like looking for a way out.
Yeah, it was totally helpful,
here.
And I believe that I mentioned that, and I don't think you believed me.
I didn't believe you.
Nope.
I didn't believe you at all. But yeah, so Pineapple Ninja totally helps them escape, because he doesn't like Melody's parents. So I'm still extremely confused about what they do.
Yep.
as to why nobody really likes them and or is afraid of them.
Yep.
But I know that will come in time. The answers to that will come.
Yep.
Um,
Soon.
but
TM.
Yep. So yeah, and we'll get some sewer escape type stuff. So yeah.
But
So
yeah, so I'm pretty happy right now,
Yeah.
knowing that they're like sneaking out. But again, like I'm hoping that I get some like, well, why are we running from your parents? What's actually going on? Like,
Yeah.
why are they terrible people?
yeah. Yeah, that'll be
mean-
that'll be made clear fairly soon.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Probably if not this coming week, the following week.
Yeah.
So
But
so yeah.
Yeah.
As far as remaining stuff this week, depending on how I sound and feel tomorrow, the current plan is for a game night stream, 8 p.m. Eastern time. If I am still under the weather and I cancel it, I will put a post up on social media. Still a toss-up as to what I'm going to play. So yeah, I might actually play Smash and do some Piranha Plant type stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. And do like spirit battles and stuff like that. Unlock spirits.
Yeah.
Maybe World of Light. And then that's kind of it for the week. So yeah, but because of goals that were achieved with the Patreon, special thanks to my friend Mike for some generous donations.
Yeah, go Mike.
We have enough now where it not only unlocked a weekly patrons only comic,
Woo.
but an additional podcast. So I have an idea for the podcast. I'm just trying to convince some folks to do it. So there will be an announcement soon-ish. It's going to be a food-based one.
Oh, that one.
Well, so it's a little different than what you and I talked about, Courtney.
Oh, okay.
But it's going to revolve around food. So just a food podcast.
Who doesn't love food?
The thought is to
hate food.
maybe do like go around to local restaurants and have the food and then talk about them as some of the segments. One of the things was like, Burger King's touting this new like Big Mac clone burger, like the Whopper Deluxe or whatever.
Basically, yeah.
But like they're basically like, yeah, it's a Big Mac, but it's made by Burger King.
What?
So
yeah.
They're like the
Yep.
best tasting copy you've ever had is like the tagline. So the thought was like to try two of them and compare them, kind of a thing. So just weird general food stuff like that. But
They're just calling it the Big King.
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
Sick name.
So to kind of do, just food-based topics like that.
Food-based stuff is always good.
I wish our McDonald's in America would step up their game, like the McDonald's in Korea and Japan, and get us a Mega Mac, please.
Yeah,
What
it's
is a
funny
Mega
how
Mac,
it's
please?
funny how like
It is a Big Mac, but with 4 patties of beef. And then Japan had the Giga Mac.
of course they
which
did.
was 4 quarter-pound patties.
Jeez.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
How do they? I'm not going there. I'm not going there.
It's you eat it and you have enough calories for a week.
Yeah, you gotta be a pro.
Yeah.
And I was a pro.
See, I don't eat red meat, so burgers never really like chicken burgers, sure, but like
Yeah,
or turkey
they're-
burgers. But I
Sometimes
don't.
Well, what's
McDonald's is gross to me, but sometimes McDonald's has like a nostalgic taste.
What's also interesting is
Vibe for
like
me.
how they're just like better abroad.
Oh
Like
yeah.
McDonald's everywhere else are so much better.
Yo, their buns were way better
Yeah.
over there. The bread was better at the Korean McDonald's for some reason.
But just even like the offerings.
Yeah, I mean,
They had
even
some
just
weird
going
stuff I
up to
wasn't down
Canada,
with.
you get vinegar for your fries there, dude.
Yeah.
Let's
Gross.
start this.
So
No. Vinegar on
but anyway.
fries, it's just like salt and vinegar chips.
But anyway, but before we get down the fast food rabbit hole, so it'll be like food-based topics. So it just the exact format, still trying to nail down. But yeah, I will have a more formal announcement when I have details nailed down. The Patrons Only comic is going to be a comic about Speedy, one of the characters from the 8-Bit Adventures comic, and everybody's favorite chief dog officer of 8-Bit Adventures, Monty.
Yay!
I'm still trying to figure out a name to call it, but it's going to be basically like it just single panel. They will be color. To do kind of like little simple ones, sort of like Pusheen maybe.
Oh,
Where it's
nice,
like little
yeah.
simple concepts that like Speedy and Monty do and stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
They did
Oh,
so
that
that like
would-
not to overwhelm myself. Because I don't want to do a second full page comic a week. But this one will be just for patrons. Any level of patron will be able to view it. Okay, so $1 to $1 and up will be able to view it. But yeah, for those who don't know, Monty is our chief dog officer. He is a good boy.
He is best boy.
And he is a dapper little dresser.
Definitely.
And the idea is that they're going to have a little private investigating agency.
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes. It's all...
This came to me when I was watching an ad for Magnum PI, and I was like, you know what? Monty's got a Hawaiian shirt. Monty can solve crimes. He should be Magnum
Monty's
PI.
totally got a Hawaiian shirt,
Yeah.
and Monty can totally solve crimes.
Yeah.
I
He
want
is the
you to
best
do
boy.
a comic where you have Monty just be General Montgomery from World War II, and he just basically just is sitting in a tank all the time, directing the British forces against the Nazis in Northern Africa. That's all.
Maybe I'll just do that as a single panel of just him sitting in a tank.
Monty in tank facing off against Erwin Rommel. It'd be great.
Yeah.
And complaining about Patton.
Maybe. Maybe.
Yes.
Or it might be a turtle tank joke.
Oh, there you go.
Tie it to World of
Yeah,
Warcraft.
there we
And then
go.
Monty will just be sitting up top like little General Montgomery.
Yes.
And
So.
he has to have a little beret like General Montgomery had,
Okay.
and a mustache.
I could do that. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, for further context, Monty is my dog.
Yes.
So and
he is best boy.
yeah, and he makes it for a great little character because he has a lot of personality. So but yeah, so that will start next week at some point. I don't know what the posting schedule is going to be like. I know it will be weekly. I just don't know what day yet. So yeah. And yes, you will only be able to get that at patreon.com/8bitadventures. So you should consider becoming a patron.
Yeah, cool exclusive stuff.
Yeah.
Woo!
Or else.
Our Playing with Class series for Questlog is done.
We did it.
So
Reddit.
there won't be any Questlog for a while. I think what we might do is change it up and have that kind of be where we talk about tabletop news.
Yeah.
So that way, like any D&D news we get, we'll filter it out and put it into Questlog specifically, or anything like that. Or listeners, if you have any tabletop questions, or any RPG, like tabletop RPG type questions, you can certainly send them in, and email us. Or post on social media.
Yeah.
And ask us, and we could answer them in that segment. So.
Yeah.
But with that, we are going to conclude this podcast. So a little bit shorter, but as I said, without Questlog, that kind of does cut quite a bit of chatter time off of it, so that we don't get sidetracked on things like what
Fast
class is Harry Potter. So
Yeah.
if you want to see more content from 8-Bit Adventures, you can head on over to 8bitadventures.com. Make sure that it's 8-bitadventures.com. Over there, you can find the 8-Bit Adventures comic. You can find our podcasts, streams, and my portfolio of artwork, which includes some maps that I made with Incarnate RPG, which actually they pinged me on Instagram today and asked if they could share them out as part of their promotional thing.
Cool.
So yeah, I guess normally you have to submit them via the subreddit, and instead they reached out to me.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you like that content and you want to help support it and get things like the Speedy and Monty comic, you can be a patron over at patreon.com/8bitadventures. And big shout out and thank you to all of our current patrons, and thank you to Mike for joining the Patrons Guild, we'll call it. Since there's ranks like Adventurer, Captain, and stuff like that. I don't remember the other ones.
He's sick. He can't remember much.
Our theme song is One Up by Professor Shy Guy. If you want to check out more of his work, head on over to professorshyguy.bandcamp.com. And with that, we're going to call it a night. And I am probably going to go to sleep because
Good idea.
I am super
It's a
congested.
very good idea, Sean.
Yeah. I also had to plow tonight, so that was also
Ugh.
great. Yeah. It's really
Yeah.
cold out there.
It's
Yes,
pretty
if you
cold.
are in just anywhere where it is cold, just dear Jesus, please
Hey, and
bundle up.
don't be a jerk to your pets and like leave them outside.
Yeah,
Something
don't do
stupid
that.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't leave them
'Cause,
outside if they're cold. If they won't come in, I mean,
Yeah.
that's one thing. But don't leave them outside.
Because I'm pretty sure after the podcast, I need to double check, make sure I didn't get frostbite. But I'm pretty sure I did. So, yeah. It was that cold.
Yeah.
Through my
it is.
clothing. Frostbite.
Yep, it is that cold.
So have fun, everyone. Happy gaming, and enjoy your pie cake.
Bye,
Yes.
everybody.
Goodbye.
Farewell.